We're coming up to the Wild Horse West Bar in Peoria, Arizona. They have great burgers, so if you're ever in the area, you definitely want to stop in and try out a burger. I decided to come out here because on that land, there's many, many acres of just empty desert land. It's Bureau of Land Management, where you can camp out for up to 14 days at a time for free. And a lot of campers camp out here, and I thought it would be a good place to metal detect since typically they'll probably leave a lot of stuff behind. And you'll see the area that I'm driving out to. And I'll just metal detect around this area and see what happens. So today I just bought myself a metal detector, my first one ever. I have no idea what I'm doing with it. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that works. So I came out to the desert because I live in Arizona, and I'm going to just, practice. I, it gave instructions to practice at home, digging a few holes, putting different metals in it, but I didn't do that. That way you hear the difference of the sounds, the tones. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so I'm just gonna get my dealio ready here. It's kind of a nice metal detector. It came in its own case. It has its own shovel that you can carry on your belt loop, or on your belt rather. So I have it mostly put together. I just took it apart to fit in the bag here, which I didn't really have to do actually. But okay, so this is pretty much it. Oh yeah, this is the computer part, of course, see that. And this is the little pouch for the shovel. And I'm just going to put that on my belt here. Like this. And then I have the little shovel with me. So if I got to dig up anything, then that's how that goes. Cool. Now let's see. I put this together once. I think I remember how it goes. Not 100% sure, but let's see. I tighten these up. Okay. Oh yeah, this goes on here. So if you want to send any comments of what I need to know or should know or whatever, let me know. I'm just, like I said, kind of winging it, so. Get a good length. That's probably pretty good. These are the batteries I got to put in it. This computer part needs the batteries, so apparently it takes two 9-volts, which I brought with me. So this goes this way. So that goes in there. This one comes in here. Now, turn the sucker on. So, now this goes onto here, slides down, locks in place. Then this, I
Probably should have plugged it in first, but of course I do everything the hard way. Now, this is strap on your arm. I believe I'm pretty much good to go. So, head on out to the desert here. Okay. So, as you can see, we're in the desert. Like, way in the desert. Straight ahead, that little building there is a bar. They have great burgers. It's called the Wild Horse West Pass. Wild Horse West Bar. On the way to Lake Pleasant in Arizona. Very good burgers. So, as you can see, this is the motorhome. And I'll walk around and show you that we're pretty far out there in BFE. There's one trailer over there. This is BLM land. People can camp out for up to 14 days, I guess it is, before you got to move. And so that's the story. So I have no idea where I'm going to detect, but I'll just get started and see what I find. So here we go. Turn on. Okay, ready to go. So I'm just going to walk and just scan wherever I am. I think I have to knock that down a bit. There we go. And I'm just doing what I've seen metal detector guys do. They just go back and forth in front of them. So I'm just going to do that, see what I find. Got to stay close to the ground, but not scrape the ground. That's my plan. So a lot of people camp out here. So my thinking is that they leave stuff behind. Maybe coins, maybe more valuable things. Oh, here I got a can. That's a can. So I know for aluminum, it's the last, wait a minute. Apparently aluminum's the last square. Okay, so that's good to know. And this gives me practice of learning what all the sounds are and what sounds cause, or which metals cause certain sounds. So, good practice. So to any of you who have not metal detected before, don't watch this to learn anything, because like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. Hopefully you're just watching it for entertainment and watching what a blunder I make of myself doing this. But I think it's pretty straightforward. You just scan, it detects metals, and you dig them up. It's nice there's nobody out here. I'm actually going to extend this one more. There we go. That's better. Whoop. Okay, apparently there's an aluminum can here somewhere. Is it detected? So right in here somewhere. if you can see the display. Yeah, right here. So if I dig that up a little bit, it might be like right here. I'm not going to use the shovel yet. Let's see, it shows depth. It shows deep. 8 inches down? Nah. I'm not going to bother with that. Let's see. Wait a second. It was right in here somewhere. Yep. Actually, maybe I will dig it up. So right around here. Okay, I think I will dig it up. Just to see what I get. Because I need to practice. Okay. Put this down a second. Wait, did I just detect something here? No. Okay. Look. So there's something over there too. And that's about 4 or 6 inches down. Okay, apparently I'm in a hot area. It's hitting on stuff. So, first I'm going to start here. Let it reset. Apparently I got to let it reset before it beeps again. I was going to dig up what it beeped on, but it's not beeping on it anymore. Okay. What happened? I'll go over here then. To where it beeped. Okay, got something right there. Okay, now I'm going to let it reset. I don't know if you can see the display. And I'm going to go over again. Just to make sure it's not a false alarm. So right here. That's where it beeped. Okay, I'm going to try that. So right around here. Get my shovel. Let's see. So this is the shovel. This screws into here. It has a compass on the end. It's pretty cool. Then you just open it up. Lock it into place. Okay, now I forgot where I'm going to be digging. Come on. Okay, it was right around here somewhere. Okay, so right there. I'm going to see what I get. It's a rock. want to make sure I'm in the right area. Yep. And it's showing about 6 inches down. Oh boy. I don't know if I want to dig that deep. Let's see. Okay, take it easy. Yeah, this is hard. Too hard. Okay, I'm not digging there. That's too hard. Okay, put this away. Goes like that. Goes like this. Oh, I better keep it handy. Yeah, I better keep it handy. Because something else will come up. Let's keep it in my other hand. Okay, so. Oops. Did this one. Yeah. Like that. Okay. Like I said, I'm still getting used to this thing. So. Okay, and that's deep too, so. Yeah, I'm not going that deep. So I'll keep scanning. Yeah, 6 inches, nah. I should go around in the soft dirt because this is hard. Okay. Let's try all over here. Yeah, I think I'll go this way. You know, my wife has been cleaning up garbage around here, and a lot of it. So I found something. I should probably go where she's been cleaning up garbage, because good chance there's stuff there. I hit on something, but I lost it. So yeah, get off the road. But it's all hard dirt out here. So if I do have to dig up anything, that'll be pretty hard to dig up. Although it rained recently, so hopefully it softened up the ground a bit. See, here's a metal can. See what we get. That's a burp. I don't know what that means. Okay, we got something here. But again, 6 inches down it's showing. Okay. Still hitting on it. Oop. Ooh. That was a different beat. Okay, it's showing 6 inches down. It's also hitting over here. Oh. Heart-shaped rock. Hi, heart-shaped rock. Yep. So, let's see what kind of metal we got here. I'm gonna try to dig this up. I'm gonna try to dig this up and see what I come across. shaped rock, a marker. Look, look. I think I found something. Or was that a rock? Probably a rock. Boy. I'm digging here, but I'm not finding anything yet. But it did say 6 inches, so. Now let's see what it says. Okay, now it's not beeping. What's the deal with that? Come on, this is where it told me to dig. Oh. Okay, fill that back in. Okay. Apparently I don't have to reset or let the meter reset itself after beeping, and it's still beeping over here. I don't know. Nope. Right over here. Okay, try digging right here. Right here. Let's see what we get. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Lose the camera. Hang on. I gotta readjust here. Okay. I think I'm good. So, I don't know how much you can see, but it's telling me to dig here. I'm going to check it every now and then. Okay, so. See, now it's not beeping the tone it did before in this area where it told me to dig. Okay, there it goes. Hang. Right around here it looks like. There's a lot of rock down here. again. Okay. Still the same spot. Yeah. Okay, still beeped. So apparently this is the place to dig. Okay, let's see. This is white stuff down here. I don't know how much you guys can see in the camera, but I'll figure it out later. Scraping rock. A lot of rock down there. Okay, see if it wants me to still go. Okay, it wants me to still dig. Whoops. I think it showed 6 inches originally. Let me check that meter again. Yeah, it's saying, oh, 8 inches? 6.5 inches? Okay, well, let's see. I'll keep digging. Never know what could be down here. Could be something, could be nothing, but it's detecting something. So, I don't think it's that much of false alarms. Not seeing anything yet. Oh boy. Okay, so still going down, but heck, how far down is it? So I look about 6-7 inches to you. Well, let's try again. It's still beeping on it. Well, very interesting. something. Probably just rock though. Okay. I need a better shovel. What do you think, guys? Would you keep going? Or would you give it up by now? Oh boy. Let's see. Still beeping on it. Oof. Okay. I can see why this isn't for everybody. Oh boy. I'm just a fat old guy out of shape here. Oh, looks like dude took off. The guy that was my neighbor. Oh, there's another RV down here. Is that him? Did he move? Huh. Wait a minute. Or was he always there? I thought my neighbor was over to the left more. That way. Huh. I think he moved. Maybe I was too close. Anyway. Keep digging. Keep digging. Yeah. I'm going to try to find this one for my first time. I'm going to see what I come to, if anything. So let's see. Because out here you never know what you can dig up. Unless it's not a body, that'd be great. Well, folks. Okay. I'm getting a little frustrated here. I'm not finding nothing. So, I'm gonna call it quits on that hole. And I'm done. So, I tried. Gave it the old college try. Gee whiz. Okay, let's move on. Yeah. I'm not going down a lot of inches, people. See, on the meter, that last beep it's showing, see look, about 6 inches. I'm not going that deep. That's too much. Okay, where was I going? I'll set it this way, I think. Alright, folks, so this is my what do you call it? Can't think of the word I'm looking for. Nah, that one's still showing 6 inches. My native voyage here, metal detecting. Again, like I said, if you think of anything I need to know, put it in the comments. You know, I can't tell you what kind of detector I have. I forgot what model it is or what brand, but it seems to be pretty good. I mean, for a beginner, you know. not the most super duper one, but for less than $100, it was a good unit. It seems like a good unit. Excuse me. I wish I noticed what time I left. Let's see. I'm going to say I've been gone 20 minutes. 1:19. Yeah, so about 1 o'clock. I'm just curious to see how long these batteries last. Okay, let's see what direction I gotta go. Where is... Let's see. I'm trying to figure out this compass. Oh, I got something here. Okay, which way is supposed to be north? South. I don't think this compass works too well, actually, so I ain't gonna go by that. So, just for something to talk about, for those of you that are not familiar with Arizona, in the summertime, it's pretty dang hot. 110, 115 is about average. Way too hot to do anything outside. So, me personally, in the summertime, I hibernate. I do not do anything outside in the summer, except going from the car to the house, to businesses, wherever I'm going. But in the winter, which is now, it's in the 60s today, during the winter time we try to get out as much as we can. So my wife and I have a motorhome. One day we plan on living either in that or another one full time. She has a few more years to retire, and then we want to live on the road. At the very least, maybe have a home base and spend most of the time on the road. We're thinking it's best to have a home base because the disadvantage of owning recreation vehicles is when they need repairs, they can sometimes be in the shop for a month or two, and that's no joke. The last repair we had done on ours, I let the shocks go too long of being bad, the front shocks. So because of that, we were driving on I-40, which is a very rough road, and hit too many really rough spots, and finally hit one hard enough it broke the spring, which caused the death wobble. So if any of you are not familiar with the death wobble, I hope you never experience it. It's where the whole front axle, the whole front steering section wobbles so violently you have no control of the vehicle. So we're on I-40 doing about 70 miles an hour when this happened. Fortunately, I was in the right lane, and I was able to stop quick enough to get off the road. And trust me, it is not a fun experience. So there managed to be a repair shop nearby. They came out to our motorhome. They had us following back to the shop. Yeah, too deep. And it was there literally 2 months. It would have been there longer if we didn't stay on top of them about it, because we're like, what is the deal? So long story short, they were kind of dragging their feet on the situation. Yeah, see, I know you're hearing beeps, and it's showing 6 to 8 inches down. I don't want to dig that deep. So because the motorhome's so old, it's a 94, they don't make springs for that anymore, so they had to have them specially made. And we found out later they were lagging on paying the spring company the money for it, which we gave them $2,000 up front, and there was no reason for them not to have the money to pay for it. So anyway, we eventually got it back. And even then, I took it to a local spring shop near us that's well known to have them check it out. And I guess the springs were fine, but the shop put on new shocks, and one of the bolts for the shock was missing. So they had to put one of those on. Also, it needed new bushings, apparently. They didn't tell us about that. But then recently I took it to the Ford dealer, because it's a Ford chassis, to have them go over it, to see if it needs anything else. And they said it seems fine the way it is. So, but it still doesn't ride as smooth as it used to. And if money wasn't an object, I'd have the whole suspension completely rebuilt. Or if not rebuilt, a whole new system in. Okay, this is showing only about 4 inches. Oh. I'm back up to 6. It's not steady on the beeping here. Yeah, 6 inches. This is where people camped out a lot, so there's probably a lot of junk. Alright. I believe this is an area my wife cleaned up. In fact, hey. What's all this dirt here for? Looks like could be a body under there. That's not cool. But anyway, yeah, we were just here recently. Oh, yeah. Now, wait a minute. Okay, so my wife and I were just here on Saturday. Today's Monday. And she cleaned up this area, but it looks like it got cleaned up even more. Because she had a big pile of stuff over here. And I believe someone else may have cleaned it up better. Huh. Because I remember back here there was a lot more junk, unless I'm not in the right place, but I think I am. Huh. I'll scan while I'm looking. There was a bag hanging from this tree, I thought. See, look at this crap people leave. Plastic bottles everywhere. You know, for those of you that like camping, it's people like this that'll ruin it for us. Someday the government's going to say, you know, you guys trash the land too much, you're not allowed to camp out anymore. And at it's really going to suck when we're ready to retire and live on the road full time, and then we're not going to be allowed to. So, yeah, this is very interesting. But I really think this is the spot. I gotta see. I gotta investigate further. Because my wife, she just can't stand to see the junk out here, which I can't either. I'm just too lazy to pick it all up. But she decided every weekend we're gonna come out in the winter, as long as the winter lasts, and clean up a section. And yeah, I really believe this is one she cleaned up, unless I'm wrong. But I'll keep moving on and see. Maybe it was another section. Huh. But I could have swore I hoped to bring stuff over here. Like a mattress and a box spring thing and... Huh. Ha. This is very interesting. Okay, well, onward. See more junk. Fan. But I'll tell you an interesting story. The first time, if I remember, I'll show them to you later. The first time she was out here cleaning up, we were a little further down that way, and I came out to bring her food because she hadn't had anything to eat or drink for a while, and I noticed on the ground is a pair of binoculars. So I thought, well, they're probably busted up. So I look at them, and the body of it looked fine, and I thought, well, the glass is probably broken out. So I look at the glass, the lenses, and they were in good condition. So I thought, I wonder what's wrong with them. So I pick them up, and I look through them, and I tell you, these are really powerful binoculars. There's nothing wrong with them. They were just a little dirty, of course, for being outside, so I took them back to the motorhome and cleaned them up a little bit, and they work great. You can literally see at least a mile away very well. So I was really happy with it. It's like, cool, that was a really good find. Of course, you don't usually find that kind of stuff, but once in a while, you know, one man's junk, another man's treasure. Okay, I think I gotta shorten this because I find I'm wanting to hold my arm up. So one more notch. There we go. No, maybe two more. Where am I? I didn't go home. Okay. I won't go up any further. Okay, well, I'll just try it like this. So, another nice thing about being out here is there's nobody around, so I can talk. I don't like talking into the camera when there's people around. One is I don't want them to know my business. Two is I don't want them to think I'm silly. And no one else wants to hear your business anyway. Because I don't like when people are talking on their phones in a crowd, in line, somewhere, and they're talking their business. It's like, nobody wants to hear that, so take it outside. Oh yeah, I'm not walking in the right area apparently, so anyway. Let's see if I can turn this way. That's better. I didn't have the position of my arm right, so I was all twisted up. Let's see what else we got. And one thing I got to keep in mind, for those of you that never wore a GoPro on your head, you want to keep aware you have it on your head and not make such sudden movements, because that could be a little dizzying when you're watching it. Although in editing I can slow it down, or just cut it out, those parts. But anyway, just got to keep in mind it's up there. There's a lot of holes down here, like snake holes or squirrel holes or whatever animals make those holes. See a jackrabbit every now and then, a coyote every now and then. Got a coyote. We have coyotes right in our own neighborhood. We have coyotes in our neighborhood. We see around the house all the time. We live pretty close to a golf course, and they seem to spend a lot of time around there. Of course, there's people that live on a golf course that let their dogs run around loose around the house, which is prime target for coyotes. They can just run by, grab them, and take off. That actually happened to my sister-in-law with her cat. They were at their house. She was in the backyard with the cat. They had a block wall all around the yard. A coyote jumped over the wall into the yard, grabbed the cat right in front of my sister-in-law, jumped back over the wall and took off. She never seen the cat again. Yeah, that sucks, folks. So if you're in an area where you notice coyotes around, hold on to your pets. Of course, there's a leash law anyway, that they should always be on a leash out in public, but people don't do that. They just assume, well, my pet's well trained. Well, that doesn't matter. If there's another dog out there that's not, they'll chase after your dog, or even if your dog's well trained, they may still chase after other dogs, or cats, or squirrels, whatever. It's just better to have the control where if anything happens, you can keep your pet safe. Either pick it up or take it in a different direction from danger, whatever you got to do. So far my maiden scanning voyage isn't very lucrative here. Of course, I am being lazy and not wanting to dig far enough for stuff. But the ground in Arizona is very hard. This desert land is just rocks all the time. And yeah, a lot of contractors don't even like digging up the land. There's a nice piece of tarp out here, which, why people leave this stuff, I'm kind of concerned to look under it, because you never know what you might find, so I'll let it be. Now some of you may think, aren't you nervous being out there all by yourself, nobody around, nobody sees anything? There's another trailer over there. Well, I usually carry a knife and gun on me, so I feel fine. Thank God I never had to use it. One time years ago, in the probably early 90s, 1990s, back in the days when I was country dancing, I used to country dance all the time, almost every night. I used to teach. I used to do some contests. Dancing was my life. I had to dance. And here I am, a New Jersey boy that moved out here from New Jersey and got into country dancing. And not just basic country dancing, but I'm not tooting my own horn, but I was actually pretty good at it. I was up there with the best. And sometimes I had what I considered the best people ask me how to do certain things. And that was a nice compliment. And those were the days. Now you may wonder, do I miss those days? Not so much. I do enjoy dancing. Dancing itself, I always enjoy. The bar scene, I don't miss that at all. For those of you that go to bars regularly, it's not about the dancing. It's not about having a good time for a lot of people. It's way too much drama. People always talking crap about everybody, no matter how good of a person you are, no matter how well behaved you are, or how respectful you are to people. People still find crap to talk about you. And I'm not there for that garbage. I'm there to dance and have a good time. Now, I will also say, the only reason I did go to bars is for the dancing, because that's really the only place you can go dancing. I never drank. I was never a drinker. My biological dad was an alcoholic. Fortunately, I was not. But it was just where the dancing was. The bars back then, which I'm sure a lot of them still do, just have a cover charge. But for most of them, if you got there before like 6 p.m., 7 p.m., whatever the time was, 5 p.m., then you get in free. Well, I usually made sure I was there before they charge cover, so I didn't have to pay. Not only did I not have to pay cover, I usually didn't buy any drinks. So most of the nights I went out, I didn't spend a dime. I got to dance, I got to be social with people, had friends, had a great time without spending a dime. Now sometimes I bought myself a drink, like an energy drink or a soda. You know, sometimes you just feel like something more than water. And even if I got water from the bartenders, I still tip them. That's the polite thing to do. You still got to tip them because they're helping you. So, yeah, I had many nights I didn't spend a dime. Anyway, getting off the subject. So I was leaving one of the bars that I would regularly dance at, and I'm at a traffic light at the intersection, pretty much right in front of the bar, in the left turn lane, waiting for the left turn traffic light to turn green. And there was one car in front of me, and this is probably around 1 or 2 in the morning. The light turns green, well, the car's not moving, and I noticed there's a few people in the car. So I waited a couple of seconds, maybe 3 seconds, and I gave him a beep on the horn. Well, they start going. They let me pass them. Well, they start chasing me. They get right on my bumper. Now, today I would have handled that differently, but back then I wasn't as smart as I am now. So I sped up to try to get away from them. Well, they just sped up also and stayed right on my butt. Well, now I'm trying to lose them because I see there's a few people in the car. They look like gangbangers to me, and I don't want to mess with that. I did have my gun with me in the car, but I didn't want to use it. And for those of you that believe in self-defense, you may also want to keep in mind that you still want to do the best you can not to have to use deadly force or lethal force, because that'll tie you up in the court system with law enforcement, you'll still get a record. Even if you were in the right defending yourself, that still has to be a criminal record on your part. So in the future, if you're filling out an application for a job and you come across that question, have you been arrested? Well, they don't care if you were arrested for the wrong reasons, the right reasons, if you were well within your rights, whatever the situation is. If they say yes on that, then 99% chance you're not getting that job. So, and it'll be very expensive for you defending yourself. You'll have to have lawyers and, the whole legal system. You have to go through that whole legal system to prove your innocence, and it's not worth it. So, the only time I would use lethal force is if I have absolutely no other option. If there's no other way to get out of it, then I would. But other than that, I'll do everything I can to get out of it. So, to continue my story, so they're still chasing me. I wind up turning down a side street, and they got further back behind me. Well, I didn't realize the side street was a dead end. So I get to the end. I turn back around, and they weren't on the street yet. So I was able to turn around without them seeing me turn around. Now remember, this is nighttime. So they finally turn on the street as I'm coming back the other way. And they don't know if I'm someone else or the same car. They just see another car coming their way. Now, as we pass each other, I imagine they realized it was me. Well, fortunately, I was right at the entrance of the freeway. And I turned the corner really quick and jumped on the freeway and hit the gas, and I took off like a bat out of hell. And I didn't see them after that. So fortunately, I was able to get away. But that was the scariest time I had with getting into some kind of trouble. I had a video up. I took it down because it didn't get any views. I don't know why. But I did a video about basic common sense of legally carrying a firearm and when it's legal to use it and when it's legal not to. And to save a whole lot of talk and a whole lot of time, bottom line is you do not intend to use a weapon unless you absolutely have to. There's no other option, and you intend to pretty much kill the other person because you had to. It was either their life or yours. Other than that, you do not do anything else with that weapon. So I'll just leave that at that. Anyway, back to my metal detecting. I'm still scanning. Oh, I'm on the road. I'm not paying attention to where I am. I'm one of those guys, probably like a lot of guys, is when they're talking, they have trouble multitasking doing something else. Especially driving. If I'm talking while I'm driving, I'll miss my turns. I'll forget where I'm going. My wife can attest to that for you. So, anyway. That's another one 6 inches down. The main reason I wanted a metal detector is for when we go to the beach, because we like to do a lot of beach and lake destinations, and the sand is a whole lot softer to dig in than desert dirt. But we haven't been to the beach lately, so but soon we will be. Another good thing about walking around a desert where there's nobody around, especially for a guy, is if you gotta go to the bathroom, just do it. Wherever you are, nobody will see you. And that's about where I'm at, so of course I'll cut this part out. back to metal detecting. Yeah, I'm not sure how much ground I'm going to cover today, but I'll keep going until I don't want to go anymore. One thing my wife and I see a lot, we're both the same way in the sense that we see heart-shaped things very easily, more than most people, especially rocks. As you can see, there's a lot of rocks in Arizona, and I have already seen a lot of heart-shaped rocks, but we do see that very often. And since she's been cleaning up the desert, she's seen a lot of heart-shaped rocks in the area that she's cleaning up. In fact, the first time she did, another good story is the area she was cleaning up the first time, it was really bad. Well, she finds this sign on the ground. It says, "Thank you." That's all it said, was "Thank you." And we feel it's a sign from Mother Nature thanking her for cleaning up the earth. Now, you can believe it or not, but we like to think that it's true, because it's just a happy thought, whether it's true or not. So that's our story about that. In case you're wondering why I'm not working, is I'm kind of semi-retired, but then I kind of got forced into retirement with COVID, and I have major health issues that compromise my immune system, so I'm not going to risk that by working in an environment where I'm at risk of that. So we both decided that I'll stay home, take care of the house, and she'll keep working the last few years until retirement. And if I find work on the side, then online with something I can work from home, then that's fine. But nothing's really come up with that, so. Well, I think I'm going to cut the video at this point. It's kind of getting boring. So if anything exciting happens, I'll continue. But until then, I'll stop it.